Hey guys, how's it going? Natalie Nicole here. I am super honored to do this live for you guys. It's gonna be 3 little tips and tricks and things that I recommend focusing on when you are trying to get your name out there on social media. But first things first, I'm gonna introduce myself. And if you are hopping on a little bit late, let me know where you are viewing from. If you are watching the replay, please put hashtag replay if you're watching on YouTube. Also, make sure you hit subscribe. If you know who I am already and you love the value that I bring, if you feel that this is gonna be beneficial for you or your audience, go ahead and share this out. I have never really done this style of social media training, so this is something new for me, but I'm super excited that now I have the authority, permission, the free reins and freedom to do what I want to do on social media. So before I get too into it, for those of you that may not know me, maybe it's the first time you're hearing me speak, I live in Florida. I'm 29 years old. I have been a small business owner for the last, I would say honestly, like 4 years now, but it kind of started before that. I used to do personal training on the side and online coaching when I worked at the law firm. I would be multitasking and I did accounting there. So I've kind of always wanted that freedom to be my own boss and my own, business owner. And with that comes your brand. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is discovering and developing your brand. If you don't know what that is, that means things that people know you for. What are you good at? What do people ask you for advice on? What do you naturally feel called to talk about, to post about? That is your brand. And if you don't have that first, then, everything else kind of may not be going as smoothly forward. So it is something that took me years to develop. But naturally, I was always an athlete whenever I was growing up. I loved sports. I loved the fitness industry. So my brand kind of became fitness. I loved, perfecting my body and, experimenting with different diets and seeing what works for me as well as then for other people. But I was the first guinea pig, you guys. I hired 5 coaches in like 5 years to really get, my solid foundation of knowledge and information. I would stay up late reading articles and researching things. So whenever I started doing, online coaching and personal training, it wasn't just like one day I decided, oop, I'm going to do that. No, it's that people naturally would ask me questions. It's that I had the experience to kind of back up what I was saying. So, and you may just be getting started with your brand, and that's okay. So first thing first, figure out your brand. What are the first, 5 things that come to your head, that come to your friend's head whenever they think of you? And if you don't know, like ask Facebook even. You can ask Facebook, what do you guys know me for? What do you guys want to know from me? Because everyone has something valuable to offer you guys. Your brand is value. What are you offering people? What are you teaching people? Are you a comedian? Are you an artist? You make people laugh. That can also be your brand. It doesn't have to be like a niche of, fitness or dance or sports. It could be something as simple as you love to inspire people. You love to pour fire into people. It does not have to be anything that specific. So that's the first thing. Second thing is I wrote down that you have to be vulnerable, you guys. If you're trying to build a business online, if you're trying to become a social media influencer, if you're trying to have a following, to get people, to hear what you have to say, is you have to be vulnerable. No one wants that cookie cutter, copy paste, my life is going great type of mentality on social media. Those posts, they don't catch your attention, right? Like if you find yourself scrolling past those posts where you're like, oh, they're just trying to sell me something, or oh, they're just, doing the motion of whatever their mentor taught them, that's not going to get you anywhere, you guys. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to talk about the hard stuff. You guys, if you have been following me for a year, 2 years, 3 years, I want you guys to comment the number. How long have you been following me? How many years? You guys know what type of stuff I was gonna cuss, but I'll keep it clean. You guys know how much stuff I went through, right? In the last 5 years, 6 years. And that's because I'm open about it. I talk about it, but I talk about it when I'm ready. You guys still don't know part of my story. You guys still don't know some of the stuff that went on, but that's okay. But you know enough to know that I'm real, that I'm raw, that I'm going to give it to you how it's happening to me. And I will be honest. And I think part of having that vulnerability is allowing yourself to have a voice, you guys. People want to hear what you overcame, okay? If you're battling depression, if you're battling anxiety, if you're battling addiction, people want to know how you were able to overcome that, okay? Because if you're just doing it and you're overcoming it, like that's great, but don't you want to help other people through it? Maybe the one thing that you tell them that you did, like waking up in the morning and not going straight to your phone, that was the biggest thing that set the tone for my day. I just did not go straight to my phone, and I created that morning routine, and then I didn't find myself getting as on edge as I would if I did that. So I share that with my team. I share that with people so that way they know, okay, you can control your mind, control your day, and have a better positive outcome because of it. So little things like that is just being vulnerable, that it's not always, you know, gonna be rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes life gets hard, you know, breakups and going through the motions of, you know, getting, you know, into debt and then getting out of debt. Like, life is meant to be a journey. And if you're not sharing your journey, if you're not sharing the ups and downs of that, you're not gonna have as much success as if you know, someone that would be. So that is number 2. Number 3 is authenticity. And, you know, are you being authentic? Are you running your business? Are you running your social media with integrity? Because people can see right through that. And this kind of goes with vulnerability, but I feel like vulnerability is more about sharing your own story. Like, you have to share your story. People want to know where you came from, where you are, and where you're going. And it could be as simple as, you know, just like the little tidbits of it. It does not even have to be that in depth. I love to write, you guys. My passion is writing. I feel like God's laid it on my heart to write a book in the near future, and that's what I'm going to do, but that's my strength. So focus on your strengths. If you love doing lives, then go live about your story. But okay, so back to authenticity and integrity is there's a certain way to do things, and then there's a not so good way to do things, I like to say. So if you feel like you're walking with God, or if you feel like you're on the right path, or that you're being, you know, the universe is pulling you somewhere, go with that intuition. But if you get that gut feeling where you're just like, I don't know if I should do this, I don't know if I should talk to this person, I don't know if this business is for me, then don't go for that. It may not be the right time. But that's also when you have to realize, is that fear? Is that the enemy, or is that truly just you not being certain on what you have to do or what you should be doing next? So being authentic is also something that I like to say is being authentic to your true self. What are your values? What is your core beliefs? Talk about that, share that. And that is what's going to attract the right people into your life, into your business, into your, you know, family, whatever the case is. So I feel like those 3 things are super, super important. And I hope you guys got some value from this. I'm going to continue doing these social media trainings if you want me to. Drop me some comments of what you would like to know. What do you guys hear that car? Like, really, this car has to go off right now. What are some things that you need help with when it comes to social media? I am going to be uploading this on my YouTube as well, so subscribe to there. I have some other awesome trainings on there, but I'm just super pumped that I get to basically, you know, pour into you guys. I've always loved talking about social media, and I felt like I couldn't before, and now I can. So this is just the first of many videos. I hope you guys have a great Saturday night, and I will talk to you later.